Hi there, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you're well. It's me, Generic Pie, back with the third and final game in my first round matchup with Vanali in the 2024 War of the Ring Lords of Middle-earth World Tournament, which is being very well organized by Vanali herself. Um, and this is maybe the least, well, it is the least I've ever wanted to record a video, to be honest. This game, and to be honest, this whole kind of matchup between me and Vanali has been a bit of a kind of a joke. Um, just Java has had such a big impact on it. Maybe I could have won the first game, to be fair. I did take some risks in that one, but I was also pretty screwed in many respects. The second game was pretty much unwinnable for Vanali. I didn't even play that well, and I won it very comfortably. And I'd say this game is maybe the kind of the icing on the cake of the disgusting Java cake that they've baked and forced me to eat. Um, so yeah, I mean, I would say that in general, I'm going to go a bit of a rant here. So skip ahead if you don't want to listen to my bullshit. I'd like to think I'm like a mid. I'm like a solid War of the Ring player. I don't think I'm ever going to be like top 20, top 30. But I'm like, if you put it in Premier League terms, I'm like Crystal Palace. I'm in the middle. I'm all right. I feel like most of the time my overall game is fairly solid, and if I do lose games, it's usually because the opponent's better than me, or obviously Java, or it's usually like one or two mistakes. I'm a bit absent-minded. I tend to miss a little detail here or there. I think I lose a lot of very close games because of one or two mistakes that I make. This game, I played really badly. I shat the bed. I played awfully. But also, on top of that, Java just shits down my throat for like an hour and a half. It's horrendous. It's just so bad. It's horrible. I don't want to do this. But it's going to be an entertaining one, I think, regardless of that. And even though I say all of this, like, Java works in mysterious ways. So I do wonder if perhaps, there was a way, if I had done things differently, there could have been a different outcome. But yeah, this and I don't know, man. Let's just do this stupid thing. All right, so I was a shadow. I would say, broadly speaking, I'm stronger as shadow. I wanted to play a shadow, so I bid 2 tokens, which Vanali accepted. No one left the fellowship. And we started like this. So pretty normal starting rolls. Better for me than for Vanali, in fact. Vanali had Spirit of Mordor and so not even like good cards, really. I didn't have good cards. I think I had very similar cards at the start of the last game. So let's see. So I start off by getting Isengard to war, Mithril Code and Stringers drawn. Again, not a good card for the 3 people early game. Standard army moves. Draws into King Brandsman. Big card. Start moving armies. Fellowship moves. Missed. Army moves again. I don't really want to commit this army here because I don't know which way I want to go yet. So I'm kind of keeping my moves. Maybe what I should have done in this instance is just gone for the Woodland Realm. Okay, having said that, when I see King Brands, that puts me off that somewhat, especially because Vanali draws into Danes. So Dew is not looking too pretty. I get Saruman with my second to last hybrid die. Vanali moves again. I miss. I say Java's your friend, unlike in game 2. And then I get the Balrog, which I didn't do last game, which was stupid of me. I should have got the Balrog. I don't know why. I think I just forgot because I was trying to deny Círdan ships, and then once the elves did get to where I just forgot to get the Balrog. But anyway, didn't affect the game. Still won comfortably. So anyway, relatively normal turn 1. Vanali draws a power 2 great. Big card. Eagles coming, not such a big card. I get Day Without Dawn, Lindisai. So pretty trash cards, to be honest, early game. Pretty awful cards. Add another eye to the hunt. Vanali rolls 3 Wills of the West. Fellowship. Vanali says, Gandalf, it's time. Vanali moves, gets missed. I get Sauron to war. Vanali moves, is hit, draws Smeagol. Okay, so early Smeagol isn't actually necessarily a good thing for the free people, because it denies, killing Gandalf the White. Sorry, Gandalf the Grey, so it means you can't get Gandalf the White for a while. Vanali was obviously hoping to get Gandalf the White this turn. But on the flip side, it does give you super duper strength in the Fellowship. So it basically, ultimate meat shield, 3 HP Smeagol, can make the Fellowship almost invincible. I say lol. I'm kind of like, okay, if I can get a half decent military going here, I could do great. Vanali says, now I have an interesting conundrum. So I guess what Vanali's thinking is, do you want to just keep pushing? And, you could, if you hit Balrog going through Moria, you're happy to kill Gandalf and Smeagol in one, turn. You could even kill them both and still use the will to get Gandalf the White this turn, which is kind of the best of all worlds, because you're moving the Fellowship really far, very fast. 4 moves without a single damage on turn 2. Could be 5 moves with a efficient Gandalf death. Could be a dream start for the Fellowship. Could actually mean the Balrog play was a mistake by me, because I'm actually, perhaps handing Vanali and a convenient Gandalf kill, which is kind of what I was hoping would happen in my first game. I activate the Balrog. So this is where my play starts to deteriorate. I'm really, really unsure on targets, where to go in this game. This is a big issue for me in LoME. I think I have issues with... I think generally, actually, I've been picking targets relatively well, but in this game, I screw it up. But I do have issues with kind of minion management, knowing when to bring in the minions as shadow. So my thinking here was, where can I target? What do I want to target right now? So since I've got the Balrog and this Balrog die, I consider, hey, Fellowship's looking too good for the Fellowship right now. I need to try and take down an early target and just destroy it. Maybe what I can do is just use Stormcrow to get the elves up 1 at some point in this turn. Move these guys, get Lorien under siege, and take down Lorien before Vanali can get Galadriel. Make the most of the Balrog's ability, and try and make that my initial target, right? Also forcing Vanali to potentially use wills to defend. The problem is Vanali's got these dice. There's a huge flaw in my plan. A, Vanali has a token. B, Vanali has these dice. So even if I do my Stormcrow bullshit, Vanali can just bludgeon through it. The other thing that I don't take into... I mean, you always take it into account, but Vanali has a power to great, which is like the worst card from this gamble. And it's always a gamble to go for Lorien in Laws of Middle-earth. And sometimes it pays off, sometimes you get lucky, but when the free people has these dice and a token, and there's potentially the risk of a power to great, it's just, and also they could have Celeborns. It's just a bad decision. In retrospect, I don't know what the right decision is. It's always hard in these types of games. Maybe just go for Gondor, get Gondor all set up, or at least get into position without overcommitting. Don't overplay your hand. Force the free people to get, the elves down themselves. Don't give them an easy usage for these dice. Just bide your time a little bit longer. It's probably the play here. Do setup moves rather than going for like one all-out killathon. So Vanali says might be a mistake not to separate, but we'll see. I miss. So yeah, incredible start for the Fellowship in terms of their health. I draw the Shadow Lengthens. I move this army here. I do a pretty... I mean, it's not the worst play in the world. Doesn't feel great to use Shadow Lengthens for a single dude, but I wanted to maximize this army. as much as I could. So then Vanali gets Galadriel, knowing that she can then play the Power to Great with the final die, which guarantees she can then muster at least one in their next turn. Safe in that knowledge. I'm thinking I might be okay here, because my plan is to use one of these dice to play Stormcrow, which takes it up to here. Then I attack. So Vanali would then have to use the token and use the die to get them to war. But it still allows one muster next turn. Maybe I was thinking I could then just bludgeon through Lorien with 3 elites in there, 7 HP. Still not great, though. Still not great. I didn't quite calculate it. I think I almost forgot about it. I don't think I've ever played Lords of Middle-earth with tokens before. Not sure if I have. Maybe last year's LoME tournament. But I think I just almost discounted the token element and was playing it as if it was just a normal straight game. I haven't played much with tokens in Lords. So I do this again. Stormcrow with the hybrid die doesn't feel great. I mean, I suppose if there wasn't a token in play, this could have, or Power to Great wasn't in play, this could have worked just about. Still not great. Uses the token. I attack. Then plays a Power to Great. Beautiful. Go into the next turn. I'm just praying that Vanali doesn't roll any muster dice. Draws Faramir's Rangers. I get Shadow of Dol Guldur and Orc Patrol. After I've just vacated Dol Guldur, of course. 2 eyes go in the box. I get barely any attacks. And then Vanali rolls like 3 musters. Immediately musters in Lorien. I have to then get rid of cards to get rid of Power to Great, get rid of Lidless Eye and Shadow of Dol Guldur. Lorien is mustered. Now I can't take Lorien. I start getting the South runs to war with all these musters. Vanali passes. Get the South runs fully to war. Vanali moves. Missed. I draw a card, get the Kings revealed. Gondor goes 1 step close to war. Yep, great. And I say, knowing this game so far, you'll also have Faramir's. I move to North Ithilien. Vanali plays Faramir's. So it's just like everything has gone wrong at this point. Everything has gone wrong. The Fellowship has moved 6 moves within 3 turns. I haven't done a single bit of damage to them. In fact, they have strengthened. That would be okay if I had some feasible route to a military victory. With the combination of my failed attempt to take Lorien, my Faramir's becoming a nightmare for Gondor. You've got King Bran's up here. Vanali's also holding Danes for Dew. I just don't. At this point, it's almost game over already, because I can't do corruption strategy, and military's gonna be so damn slow that I have to be like, I need like scalpel. I need like a surgical precision. I need surgical precision, absolute efficiency, even have and obviously a lot of luck as well, just to like even get a foothold in this game at this point. It's just been brutal. So, and then I even realized I even forgot to get a Witch King. So just like to add, you know, salt into the wounds, I've got Lorien, I've got the Elves to War. I had a ton of musters this turn, and I didn't even get the Witch King. So I'm just, not only am I getting screwed by the game, I'm also screwing myself. Bad decision. And now sloppy play. I go for Osgiliath, play Relentless Assault into a Scouts. Great. That goes to Pelargir. Book of Mazarbal, Wizard Staff. Yep. And Fighting Urukai, Lord of the Elven Ring. So my cards have been kind of shit as well. Like, none of these cards are particularly useful. Like, All Patrol's usually solid, can't play it. Day Without Dawn might be useful. I missed it on the turn when Vanali rolled a ton of... It wasn't there yet when she rolled 3 wills. Phlox, no value in this game. Maybe in combat I can use that there. They're terrible, but yeah, not good. A few more eyes. Vanali gets... Only not running much movement, to be fair. But can do a lot of defensive stuff to slow me down. Has a full stock of rings. I go for MT to get it under siege. Fellowship moves again. Is hit. 0 reveal. So they go to Western Emyn Mule. And then there's a Smeagol tile. So on the one hand, it's like, okay. I haven't even got that Balrog value there because the Balrog's not even bloody in Moria anymore. Because I vacated Moria. So the Balrog's just hanging out in Lorien. But okay, that doesn't means that Vanali still can't get Gandalf, but it does mean that the Fellowship is insanely protected. How is mad, absolutely mad. Two. What tiles have we had? A 0 and a Smeagol and a Smeagol. Madness. Nice. So, well, Fellowship Reed doesn't want to get hurt today, and Vanali says, "Looks like the Gandhi man is making it to Mordor." I get the Witch King. Again, sloppy. I don't even get Gothmog. This is a game where Gothmog could be really useful. I don't even get Gothmog before I get the Witch King. I have a spare muster, so again, bad play. Bad play. Witch King goes to Minas Tirith. Vanali plays Wizard Staff. Yep. I attack Minas Tirith, which is probably stupid when there's this big Pelargir army nearby. But the way I saw it was, I don't know, why was I rushing this? Maybe I wanted to just cycle cards. Maybe I didn't feel like I had much else to do this turn with these dice. Like, I mean, I could have started moving reinforcements up. In retrospect, I should have probably prioritized just getting Umbar into play and just getting when Vanali's got all these Palantirs. Maybe I should have got the Witch King and Umbar and just gone for Pelargir. Kept this army big and not taken any risks. But anyway, I go for Minas Tirith. I play Cruel's Death with Orc Patrol, which is perfectly countered by Advantageous. I roll 0 hits. Vanali rolls 4 hits. I say, well, at least combat's going my way. My army is halved in size, pretty much. Cycle into the Nazgul Strike. I pass. I play Lord of the Elven Rings, basically just to block. I don't have much use for that Palantir this turn, and I want to block. What's it called? The something way, whatever it's called, the one that allows Vanali to choose one of my cards to kill. So I just want to get something on the board to block that. Vanali musters in Pelargir. So now the Pelargir and Dol Amroth are both getting stronger. I muster in Orthanc. Vanali plays Dane, so yeah, no chance of going for Jew this game, really. I start moving West to Rond. What am I doing? I move West to Rondo up and consolidate armies in Minas Morgul. Vanali draws through a day and a night and South Safe Pass in the dark. Fellowship's okay. I roll a bunch more musters. Not too many attacks, really. Still more Palantirs. Vanali's rolling like a healthy 1 movement a game. Can't even move this turn without using a ring. So really slow movement for the Fellowship. Okay, so I drew a New Powers Rising, and I had a couple of thoughts here. I was like, okay, I was thinking I need to be super efficient in this game and guarantee victory points. Vanali has once again rolled a ton of musters, and 2 hybrids crucially. So my thoughts were, if I play a New Powers Rising Gandhi's nowhere near, right? So I don't need to worry about Gandhi yet. If I play New Powers Rising here, Vanali uses the hybrid to go there. If I then attack into Volksweisen, Vanali then uses the other hybrid to move into Helm's Deep. And then there's a chance that my attack on Helm's Deep fails. So what I decide to do is just rush forwards, try and take down Helm's Deep before Vanali can defend it, get a cheap Helm's Deep, and just sit on it, not really worry about Edoras. And just because I need to just, as I said, surgical. I felt like I didn't have time to take Helm's Deep and Edoras and also get to 10 victory points in this game. So I was gambling on taking Helm's Deep, holding Helm's Deep, getting Vanali to use a bunch of dice to kind of get the Rohan going that she then won't use to defend elsewhere, so that I can then use my have a chance of finishing off other strongholds, rather than investing, maybe an extra 5-6 attack dice, taking Edoras and the whole of Rohan. So it's a bit of an maybe it's the wrong play. Maybe the smarter play is to muster extra in Orthanc, use the dice there, take out the whole of Rohan, guarantee that extra victory point, and actually it's a net positive. But in my mind, I was like, don't want to risk failing to attack Helm's Deep. I do have the Fighting Urukai, which should guarantee I take that down, but taking down a 3 HP is very different taking down a 6 HP. So let me know your thoughts. Is this just a terrible play? But I decided to do it this way around. I get my 2 hits. Vanali only does get 2 back. So small army. But now Vanali can't defend. So the crucial thing is I got 2 hits there, which is really big. Vanali passes. I attack Helm's Deep. So now Rohan is almost at war. I pass. I play Fighting Urukai just so I can get an attack with a Palantir rather than an attack die. Get my kill. Vanali gets 1 back. So it's not that easy for the first. Even if they build up a big Rohan army, taking down Helm's Deep with 5 HP inside it is quite an expensive proposition for the free people. It can definitely be done. It can easily be done especially if you send over like Gandalf, or you separate some companions or whatever to make it into a monster army. But it's going to be very, very dice intensive for Vanali to do that. So that was kind of my gamble, right? Starts mustering in Edoras, right? Okay, and in Pelargir. So yeah, this is where I should have. I guess I was afraid of attacking into Pelargir because then Vanali can just go to Lossanac. Then Vanali's got an instant, maybe scouts into Lossanac and attack straight into Minas Tirith. Maybe Vanali has, what do you call it? Help unlooked for, which she doesn't. But that's what I'm kind of worried about at this point. So now I play. So this is, maybe it's the wrong way around, but now I'm thinking, okay, good to play it. So at least if Gandalf does come into play, I've got defense and Orthanc, and then if anything does threaten Helm's Deep, I can get these armies in to defend Helm's Deep, or then even swoop in and take the rest of Rohan later on. Keeps mustering in Edoras and Pelargir. So Pelargir's becoming really big now. The head is coming really big. I attack Pelargir from Westerona. So I do decide to attack Pelargir. I no-card it. I get no hits. Vanali gets 1 hit. I shouldn't have pressed. I should not have pressed. That was a bad play. Even though I didn't get any hits, I should have stayed. Should have stayed. Not that it would have really made a difference. Vanali still could have done what she's about to do. I split the army in 2 because I'm worried about a military assault on Umbar. Vanali plays I would go alone. I say, uh-oh. Single Hobbit comes to Osgiliath. Guess what Vanali's holding in hand? Mithril Sting / Blade of Westerness. I say, Witch King Assassination, here we come. Both Hobbits go. I muster an elite in Morannon just to make sure that there's no Through a Day and a Night sneaky business into Morannon, because Vanali does have Through a Day and a Night, so that was the right play. Vanali could have just then played Through a Day and a Night into Daggerlad, and then had a fair shot at just winning a military victory next turn. Not a guaranteed one, but a reasonable one. I muster also in Umbar just to give this a bit of extra beefiness. I've got so many musters, I don't really know what to do with them. I probably should have actually been a little bit more aggressive there and started mustering forces in places where I need to try and win the game. Vanali attacks Minas Tirith from Osgiliath. Plays, they are terrible. I play, they're terrible. Vanali plays Blade of Westerness. If only I had a Dread and Despair or something like that. Vanali gets 3 hits. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll survive because I only got 2 rerolls now. Hits the Witch King with one of the rerolls. Witch King is dead. And I say maybe this is my worst game of all time. It just feels so bad. I mean, fair play to Vanali. That was a really nice piece of play. Separating the hobbits when you don't need the hobbits at all in this game. You don't need them in the slightest. You've got the Witch King army has been weakened because I took that unnecessary risk of attacking into a very, very strong Minas Tirith. I made the mistake of making this easier, although Vanali could have done it, could have just moved the army. But could have moved the army, then played it anyway, and then attacked first, move next turn before I could do anything. So yeah, I should have kept a character die. I should have seen this potentially coming, kept a character die up my sleeve to evacuate the Witch King in this, just in case of this possibility. I didn't. The Witch King is dead. And yeah, terrible play by me. Great play by Vanali. I start mustering in North Rune. Vanali then gets help unlooked for, which is a card I was extremely worried about. So a little bit late for that, but yes, it is not. Okay, I roll a ton of eyes now. Yeah, so rolling all the eyes at the part of the game when I don't really need them. And I say, technically, I do still keep Balrog, because I've killed the Witch King, since there's no Witch King. So and I can still get the Gothmog. So I'm playing the big brain game here. Get the Witch King assassinated, so you can maximize the use of the minion dice. Vanali moves, I hit, doesn't play staff. I get another 0 reveal. So again, just this fellowship is insanely protected. Just an invincible fellowship. Smeagol 0, Smeagol 0. I mean, is that good for me or bad for me at this point? I guess it slows them down. It means they can't kill Gandalf. It makes it harder for them to get to 5 dice. Maybe this is helping me. But any tiny, teeny chance of like any kind of corruption thing happening at all is just like, have you ever seen a fellowship eat that many tiles and still be in this position? I've never seen it before. Never seen it before. So I drew Morgul Wound, and Madness and Horror. Not much point playing Morgul Wound in this game, I feel. Vanali hides. I start mustering forces in North Dunland. Vanali draws a character card. I keep mustering in North Dunland. Vanali gets Elrond in Rivendell, which is nice because that means Vanali can pretty much guarantee Mordor this turn. I keep mustering in North Dunland, and I guess I'm building up an army to go for Woodland Realm, I think is my plan. Go round Dale, try and get Woodland Realm. I don't fancy the Dwarves. Vanali has invested a lot of Elven mustering already. And then at least if I do that, it means that Vanali has to split the mustering between Rivendell and Woodland Realm, and then I either get 1 cheap stronghold or 2 takeable strongholds potentially. On they went, goes into the pool. Fellowship moves. I hit. Wizard Staff removes a tile, so there's no chance of a tile. Uses a ring to get the die back. Moves again, gets hit. It's a 1. Vanali doesn't even kill Smeagol for that, so just riding it out. Invincible Fellowship. Gets there is another way. Does that work with Smeagol? No, it has to be Gollum. Okay. That would be depressing. I get Captain's Bear and return to Valinor. So my path to victory at this point, the way I'm looking at it is I've got 3 points on the board. I'm not going to be able to hold Pelargir, but I can take Dol Amroth. So that's probably 4. Rivendell 6. Woodland Realm 8. And then try and just power down Lorien, 10. That's pretty much in my mind, the only way of doing it. Triple elves, split, make it so the mustering pool is difficult. Going to be very, very, very hard to take Lorien, but maybe I can take the others. Yeah, that's my path to victory in my mind. Path to victory. Bunch of eyes in the pool. So the only saving grace I've had this game, and why Vanali hasn't just run away with it already, is the fact that Vanali's just rolling basically no movement, like 1 movement a turn, and hasn't been able to maximize Strider's hide ability. Vanali could have been a bit more aggressive, I suppose. Killed Smeagol, not played a Wizard Staff, things like that. But when the military is this slow, do you really need to take chances? Might as well just be super conservative with the Fellowship. So I re-rolled a Balrog die, rolled a Balrog attack. Okay, great. Oh no, I roll it into a... Oh, I was looking for an H. There's not an H on it, so I decide to keep the... Okay. I re-roll another die, I think. Anyway, so I'm not sure quite what happened there. I think I changed one of these dice into a hybrid. Maybe one of the Palantirs into a hybrid. Vanali moves Fellowship. It's a 3-tile. Smeagol dies. Strider takes over. So Gandhi's in Mordor, and he's not even at the top of the tree. He's just sitting back. I get We Shall Get It. I'm like, ooh, maybe I can slow down the Fellowship a little bit. Start combining armies in Peligir and in Hollin. Save pass in the dark. Corruption goes down to 0 again, and you get rid of We Shall Get It. Yeah, so I'm approaching Rivendell and Dol Amroth with 2 big armies. Musters in Rivendell. I put Rivendell under siege. Vanali passes. I put Dol Amroth under siege. Through the Day and Night is played to retake Peligir. Yeah, I knew I couldn't hold Peligir. I just knew that was never going to be a possibility given the size of that army. So, not a surprise in the slightest, but I could have at least made Vanali fight for it. So yeah, another piece of nice play by Vanali. So I've obviously been skipping... Oh no, so I use a ring to go for Dol Amroth, using a Palantir. I attack Deadly Strife into Confusion. I roll 2. Vanali gets 3. I press. I get no hits. Press. 2 hits. And I take down Dol Amroth. So I'm up to 4 victory points on turn 7. Swords and Eridor has the Stewards. Shellow's Lair, Hill Trolls. Okay. Fellowship moves. Hit an eye. So still not getting much movement. Vanali uses a ring to cancel the eye. Because why not? Especially when she is... No. Draws another eye. At this turn, maybe you just switch it back to Gandalf, try and kill Gandalf, and then I think that's what I would have done. Start with Gandalf, you get an eye, you kill Gandalf, then you have Strider, you hide with Strider, and then you're fine. You keep going, and then you can use Athelas as well. Because now it's like awkward because you don't want to really. You can't really risk killing Strider when you've got Athelas in hand, so yeah. Slight misplay there, I think. Has to take a random. Maybe Vanali just wants to get Gandalf to cross the line. Maybe just playing for the... There's probably an achievement or something. I got the mouth, so I guess did I forget to get the mouth last turn as well? Again, just... I think I've been very tilted at this point. Fellowship's flipped. Play Shelob. File goes in as well. Move the leadership around... so get leadership in North Rune and in Rivendell. Fellowship hides. No, move, sorry. Hits a 3. Random. Draws Boromir. Corruption up to 2. Fellowship's just cruising. I go for Rivendell. So here, I need to kind of take down Rivendell. Threaten Woodland Realm. Yeah, but I need some luck in Rivendell. Swarm of bats into advantageous. I just need 6s. I'll roll 1-6. Vanali rolls 2 hits back. I have to press because I'm running out of time here. I just can't. I have to basically hope that Vanali has a horrific roll next turn and that I get lucky in all of the fights. I get 2 hits. Vanali gets 1 hit back. I press again. It's completely hopeless, but I don't feel like I have much choice. Heroic Death, perfect. I don't get any hits. Vanali gets 1 hit back. I obviously stop. Group up armies outside of Dale. Iron Hills goes into Erebor. Oral Forest Road blocks my path. I go to Northern Ravanian. And also group up armies in Lamadon so that I can like maybe have a shot at taking back Peligir. If I do have a, that could be my other route to victory. If I can take down Rivendell and Woodland Realm, then, Peligir and Dale could be a route to 10 if Vanali gets a horrific roll and just isn't able to adequately defend from Minas Tirith. Maybe Vanali rolls like 5 Palantirs or 4 Palantirs, 5, whatever. Turn 9. Fellowship moves. They hit Shelob. Woohoo! Yay. And I rolled a 6. I've never done that before, ever. Never in all my time playing Lord of the Ring is I've got a Shelob 6. And it's come at the most useless time. Like, I am so doomed this game. So deeply, deeply screwed that it does basically, okay. But Vanali has got an also, I've been rushing through this game. But Vanali has got a horrific roll. So there is, it does. If I can win the game this turn, this would be one of the maddest comebacks ever. It's technically possible if I can take Woodland Realm, maybe take Peligir, take Rivendell with I'd need to have forward mustering cards. I can't do it in Rivendell because all Isengard units and the I needed like Olokai or other forward mustering cards, Half Forks and Goblin Men. What did I tell you? 4 reds in a row on step 4. I go for Old Forest Road. Vanali, I get a hit. Vanali hits a hit back. Vanali musters in Woodland Realm. Yep, I attack Woodland Realm. Vanali musters in Peligir. I go for Lorien because I have this Balrog die and I want to play Durin's Bane. So we get Durin's Bane against Heroic Death. So that's quite nice because the Durin doesn't affect Heroic Death. So I get 2 hits, which is decent. And then I roll 2 6s. Vanali rolls 4 hits, which is not pretty. Kills the leader. So yeah, not looking good in Lorien. Vanali's still got 6 HP. I've only got 6 HP. Yeah, so I need again. I've got Hill Trolls for this fight, which gives me a very an outside shot. This fight, borderline impossible. Maybe if I play a Rage of the Dunlandings into Shadows Gather, or muster into Rage of the Dunlandings into Shadows Lengthens, that kind of thing. That's the kind of freakish combo that I'm looking for here, which I don't have. Athelas is played. Heals 3. Naturally. Play Hill Trolls and Lorien. Woodland Realm is attacked. I attack Woodland Realm, sorry. Anyway, so I play Relentless Assault. I decided to play it, then I was like, man, I really need that for reinforcing Rivendell, but then I'm like, I don't have time for that anyway, because Vanali's going to win next turn anyway. So I have to just gamble on this working in Woodland Realm and gamble on just winning this outright by rolling 3 6s. And then gamble on winning. It's a million coin tosses. Well, not even coin tosses, like 10% and 20% and 5%. I get 1 hit. Vanali gets 1 hit back. I press. No card, no card. I get no hits. Vanali gets no hits back. I press. I get no hits. I get 1 hit. Vanali gets 1 hit back. I press. I get 1 hit. Vanali gets 2 hits back, and it's 2 HP versus 2 HP. I go for Lorien, using a ring. Servant of the Shadow. I roll 1 hit. Vanali gets none. I press. I get 1 hit. Vanali gets 1. I press. I'm still running on 5s because of the Balrog. I get no hits. Vanali gets 2. I have 2 HP against 4 HP. I roll 1. Vanali rolls 1. 1 HP against 3 HP. Vanali could sortie for the lols. Decides not to. Musters. Oh, moves the Fellowship. Gets a 1 reveal. I use a ring to draw a character card. Don't know what character card I was looking for here, really. Maybe I was looking for a, you know, move the Nazgul and attack card. That's all I can think of. I can't do that because I've already used a ring this turn. I get reinforcements in Moria. Shadows moving, cruel weather. You know the way there in Paraton Bombadil. I then roll 3 eyes and 4 musters and no 1 attack because of the Barrog. You just need to roll 1 movement. And then Vanali doesn't roll any movement. Vanali doesn't roll. So the game is just like just mocking me by prolonging this game. By teasing me. And this makes me think like if I had played this absolutely optimally, if I'd been like ruthlessly efficient, if I hadn't let the Witch King die, and I'd been cycling strategy cards, and I'd just been a little bit sharper, like I think the overall strategy is kind of working. It's just not quite well. Like these are all quite close. If these had all gone, say, 30% better for me, I probably would have somehow won the game, which is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They didn't, but you know, having the Witch King in these fights could have swung them, at least 1 or 2 of them, and just having those extra. Because I mean, if I had some Deadly Strives, if I had some Desperate Battles, if I had some, you know, even something like a Dread and Despair to stop the efficiency of the attacks against me. Yeah, Vanali says you can theoretically get a military victory this turn. I say only need about 6 miracles. So I keep mustering in Moria. Vanali flips using a ring. I get more elites in Moria. Vanali draws 3 rings for the Elven Kings. And Vanali says, we are so back. My top decking skills are on point today. I do Sad Face. I use the ring to draw a character card. I guess I was again hoping for a card I could just throw at the Fellowship to maybe deny them from, you know, I can reveal them or something. Vanali gets a ring back. Gets Elrond. I play Shadows Moving to try and get armies to reinforce all these respective places. Vanali uses the ring to move. Draws 2. And it's GG. So yeah. I mean, like maybe this, yeah, like I just said before, I was completely dead and buried, but because Vanali had like an absolutely freakish run of lack of movement. Vanali overall is only 4 down, which is a lot to be fair. 4 down on movement is a lot. But a lot of those came in the second half of the game. It was quite lopsided. So in the second half, probably down about 6 or something like that, and probably a bit positive in the first half when some of those wills were not used for the purposes of moving the Fellowship. They were used for other means. So yeah, very, very slow movement for the Fellowship. But I shot myself in the foot in many. Maybe it's not. I mean, it's bad. It's bad. I played this badly, very sloppy. The Lorien play was risky. I'm not sure there were too many. There were better options. There were definitely better options. Like I said, I think the real smart play would have been to either just ignore Dale and just go for Woodland Realm. I think that is probably just a better play, and then just hope for like mustering cards later. At least get it under siege. You know, you can always use forward mustering cards in Woodland Realm. Woodland Realm is an easy takedown. At most, it can get mustered to a 3 HP. Sorry, a 5 HP. You just leave Dale. Don't touch the north if you can avoid it. I think there was a turn when maybe turn 1, maybe Vanali didn't even have any hybrid dice, so you could have got Woodland Realm under siege. That's probably just a much more objectively good play. I decided to go for the Lorien Gamble. It was a terrible decision. Can't mess around. The reason I did it is because in another game recently, or in a couple of other games, I've managed to like do a swift takedown of Lorien. And I think with the fact that the Fellowship had such a good start, I was like, I need to take a gamble, get the Balrog involved, try and maximize the Balrog because I rolled a Balrog attack die. Didn't pay off, set me back. Faramir's here. Awful combat. I mean, I didn't even look at the combat before, but I'm, negative 10 on the dice that would actually matter. I did play a lot of dice that would have helped with 5s. But yeah, negative 5 on 6s, plus 5 on 6s for Vanali. For the Fellowship taking literally 0 damage until they got to, I think, maybe Morannon or Eastern Emon Mule. It was maybe 1 HP around here. If Vanali had been a little bit more gung-ho with the rings earlier and got Gandalf's die, I'm not sure with them how many wills there were in the later game, but probably could have got the Gandalf die in a lot earlier by being a bit more aggressive, which might have led to a quicker victory. But the frustrating thing is just like sloppiness, tilting, then playing even sloppier, and the weird way that I did almost have a way. I did almost find my way back into the game. Like, I think I did target pretty much the only strongholds that I could have targeted. I think the Helm's Deep play did actually work out the way I wanted it to, because, okay, I didn't take the whole of Rohan, but it allowed me to commit all the other dice into taking other strongholds when I was going to have waste a ton of dice to take Edoras. And it could have completely backfired, potentially, or I could have just failed to take Helm's Deep. But then, by letting the Witch King die, that was great play by Vanali, letting the Witch King die. But I don't know. As Shadow, is this game really? It's the only way it kind of becomes winnable is because of the freakish final 2 turns, and you can't predict that. So I had to take risks in the kind of mid game, not knowing that I would have this weird, elongated end game that didn't feel remotely likely. You know, I was expecting Vanali to win this in 3 turns max in Mordor. I think it was 4 turns in Mordor, maybe. Probably you'd expect 2 turns, perhaps, given the fact that Strider was still in there to allow you to hide, and you had all the rings. And Elrond, well, Elrond came back at the end, didn't Elrond? Yeah, so maybe not. But yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Power 2 great, and Faramir's and King Brand's, plus me screwing up. Out of the tournament again. Vanali very kindly actually offered to write this game off and do a replay, because it was just a bit of a joke. I couldn't do that. Very kind of you, Vanali, but maybe if I'd played it like 100% optimally, and it had just been a complete whitewash and there was literally no way of me winning, perhaps. But I think the fact that I had compounded my bad luck by also playing horrendously badly just made it feel even like, I don't think I would have done it anyway, but I couldn't have done it in good conscience knowing how awfully I'd played. Because, as I said before, if I'd kept the Witch King in the game, maybe, just maybe, there was like a 1 in, I could have threaded the eye of the needle and somehow pulled it off. But alas, I did not. But yeah. So there you go. How not to play War of the Ring, people. Especially, you know, Laws of Middle-earth edition. Java really shut on me this one. My luck probably isn't actually any worse than Vanali's was in Game 2. Vanali's luck in Game 2 was absolutely abysmal. Really, really bad. But yeah, both games were, I think, pretty much borderline unwinnable for the respective sides. And that's a game of War of the Ring for you. Thanks for watching. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.